This is a review for VideoGIF. It's a Mac program available either directly from their website or from the Mac App Store. It comes in two versions. There is a free version, which doesn't allow you to add stickers, text, or a few other little things like that. And there's a paid for version, which is this version here. And it allows you to create GIFs from videos. So you can either use your webcam, it will open up a little dialog box, and you can hit record, do whatever you want to do in front of your webcam, hit the record button again to stop it, then hit open and use that video. Or you can add a video directly from your hard drive. There is a middle option here, YouTube, which is where you'd paste in a YouTube link and it will download the video directly into the program. However, I have to start this review off by pointing out this feature does not work at the moment. I don't know if it's going to be fixed anytime soon or not, but YouTube updated their website and that functionality is now broken in this program. So let's just forget about this for now. You can either create a GIF directly from webcam or from a video on your hard drive. Let's use the hard drive option. You'll then get this option up unless you've hit remember my choice before. Do you want to reduce the size from say 1080p or whatever the video might be to 640? Now it says 640 by 640, and if it was literally 640 by 640, it might take a widescreen video and squash it up square, but it doesn't do that. It doesn't do quite what it says. It basically takes your video and makes the width 640 and then whatever the correct ratio is for the height to make it to keep the aspect ratio. So it does keep the aspect ratio, so you don't have to worry about it looking weird. So let's hit reduce size to make it smaller, because we wouldn't want a 1080p GIF. Okay, let's just pause the video. It starts playing with sound, so you can, if you want to get a little bit of a clip cut out where somebody's talking, a GIF of course won't have sound, but sometimes you want to have somebody lipping some sort of quote from a movie or whatever and then put text over it. So you might sometimes want to have the sound turned on to sort of know exactly what sort of area you want to cut out. Okay, so let's just start off by taking a look at preferences. It's very basic. Remind me after saving GIF successfully. Basically, it tells you it's been saved, so you get a dialogue up for that sort of feedback. You can ask me whether to reduce the size of the video if it's too large, which is basically what I've just shown you. This is version 2.0.4, which is the latest version at the time of making this video, and it's directly from their website. It's not the Mac App Store version. You get this basic options here. Add a video, add from YouTube, which I say is broken at this time, add from a webcam, create a GIF. Create a GIF is basically once you've edited it, finished it, you click here or click File, Create a GIF to create the final product. Then you have video, very standard, play, pause, toggle sound on or off, go to a set time in the video, step back a frame, step forward a frame, fast step back, fast step forward, play the clip, which is just the clip that you've selected for the GIF, not the whole video. So if a video is like 40 minutes long, the clip, what they call the clip, is just the section you have pinpointed out to be the actual GIF. Set the start time for where you want the GIF to start and the end time. Okay. We then have enter full screen. We then have window with nothing much, not a lot really there, just basically go to a website, things like that. We have video here, which is the same options again, add video, add from webcam. Then we have crop to crop the video. So if it's got a big border or something you don't want, need to crop it for whatever reason, you can hit here. You can constrain by the original aspect ratio, custom, or a preset. You can then type it in. In this case, we told it we wanted to reduce it from a 1080p video to 640. So this is what it's done. It's kept the aspect ratio when we hit reduce, made it 640 by 360. This will vary depending upon the aspect ratio of the original video, but it's this bit that it really sort of focuses on. Let's just cancel that. We can also resize. We can scale the video from here or manually type it in. We can add a text overlay or a sticker overlay, and we can manage those overlays from here. So let's just see what we want here. Okay, say we want somewhere around here, about here, to be our start point for the actual GIF. We can hit this button here, which is set start point of the clip. We hit that. That is set it as a start point. We can then play. Okay, let's say there, we want it to stop there. We hit this one. Now what does the button in the middle do? What this does is play. If you hit play here, it will play the entire clip. So we've got an 11-minute clip here, and it will play the whole thing until you hit pause. Well, this little middle button here just plays the GIF segment that you've specified. So let's hit play. And it stops. Hit it again. It's just that little segment there that we have defined. Okay, that's fine. What do these do? These two buttons are very handy. You'll probably find you use them a lot. You click here and you step back one or two frames at a time, or step forward, and it helps you get more of a precise sort of edit. It's very handy. Over here we have effects. I think you'll find you'll probably never use effects. They're things like vintage, which looks terrible in my mind. You've got all these sort of horrible looking presets. I think the only one you might use sometimes, and I haven't used it yet, but you might occasionally maybe want to make your video black and white for an effect. However, the rest I really don't think you're going to be using much. So let's stick with original. I should note the free version has a few of these basic ones, but the paid for version does come with some extras. Also, handy little features here is not all GIF editors have this. You can actually edit the GIF somewhat, the appearance. You can adjust the saturation if it's too, say, dull and not enough colors. You can try to boost the vibrancy there a little bit. You can adjust the hue, the exposure. If it's a little underexposed, a little overexposed, you might be able to correct it there. And you've got contrast and brightness as well. Text. Well, there's no options here yet. That's because we don't have any text. Now let's just do stickers first. Here are a little handful of stickers. There aren't many. You have like a crown, a couple weird hats and glasses you might want to put on someone, mustaches, lips, a heart, love, and some balloons, a present, and a few speech bubbles and things like that. It's very basic. But the handy thing is, if you can't find what you want there, or you don't like the look of them, their appearance, you can choose an image file from your hard drive. Let's add text. We can drag it around wherever we want it on the screen. We can use handles to resize the text box as well. We can use this up here to rotate if we want as well. Let's just do that for whatever reason. Now, there is a slight thing I don't like about how this program handles text. I like how you can drag it around and resize it from on the preview sort of box here. It's very handy. But if we were to render the GIF now, in the preview box, it would have the text on it. But when we actually saved it as a .gif file, there would be no text on it. And why might that be? That is because we have to go here. There we go. Start and end time. There is no start and end point defined. So we have to find where we want this to start. So let's go roughly to the start of this clip. I think it's probably about 4:07. So we can hit start then. Then we can play it. Say, right, there we want it to stop. Hit set end. So now we've defined a start and end point. And if you forget to do this, you'll have no text in your video, and that is a little bit annoying for me because I have used other services for making GIFs, other programs, and how most do it, you hit add text, bang, there it is, the text is on the preview, and if we were to then render that as a file, it would be on the whole file. And yes, you might not always want that, but then what you would do is say, okay, I don't want it in the whole video, I want it only in this 2 seconds or whatever of it, you would then go to manage. You then go to manage and set the duration. But if you don't set a duration, by default in a lot of other programs, it's just there on the whole clip. And a lot of the time, that's what you want. You see plenty of GIFs. I've made GIFs where I've added text and I've just had this quote or whatever, say like a character from a TV show, whatever is saying. I've had it on the entire clip from start to finish. And I haven't bothered to put it at a certain point. In fact, some cases you just really don't want it at a certain point. It wouldn't look right. It's a short clip and you want it on the whole clip. So you don't want to be fiddling with start and end points of text and checking, making sure it's in the right duration and doesn't go too quick or show up too quick. Sometimes you just want it on the whole thing. And in this program, it's not on the whole clip until you specify the start and end point. So that is the only thing that annoys me a little bit with this program, is it's the way it handles text. However, having said that, I've used another piece of software for making GIFs where you just add the text and it is in the whole clip unless you specify, which is great. But the one thing that doesn't do is it doesn't have a text box that you can alter the size of on the window, and you can't rotate it from on the window. You basically, all you can do is move it side to side, up and down. There's no handles for the size or rotation. You have to basically double click on it. Then you get a pop-up here with a little type of text editing little box that you see perhaps on a website or whatever, and you can change the font and then specify a size from there. I like how this program does have an actual little text box on the screen that you can resize using handles and rotate it and all sorts. So the only problem I've had with this program is the way it handles duration of text. Okay, then what I want to show you next here is just this separate little dialogue here for text. You select your text, it will open this other tab over here next to the effects tab. You can then select from various fonts. You can then select regular, bold, italic if that font supports it. Adjust the size, say okay, we want this at 24. There we go. We can have it centered, left aligned, right aligned. Change the color of the font. In this case it is white with a black outline. We could change it to say black with a white outline, or green with a pink outline, and whatever you want using these boxes here. We can even turn off the outline if we don't want to outline. I normally keep outlines on because sometimes it can be a little hard to see without an outline. We can also add a shadow. Because of the black outline and more because of the type of font I've used, it doesn't look right. But quite often I do use shadows. I like shadows under text. But if you want it, you can turn it on here, change the color of the shadow, the direction the shadow is coming from, and a few other little things like blur and things like that here. You can also get to the OS X's default font panel from here. It opens this up, which you're probably used to from other programs. Then let's say we're done. Let's click Create GIF. Here we are, and it's previewing the duration of the text there as well. Now, even if we hadn't specified a duration, what would happen is it would show up here, show it, and it would look like it's on the entire clip. Once we export it, you wouldn't see it. Now, we can upload to Tumblr. We can send it in a message or an email from here. We can specify under normal the frame count and the frame delay in milliseconds. We can then have sequence normal or reversed. We can choose to optimize the clip for better quality, but it does take longer to render, or we can not do that and it will be quicker to render, but I like to leave it on. We can also do auto here, which means you don't have to worry about frame delay. You just set the number of frames, such as 12 or 24 or whatever you want there, and it just works. It depends upon the clip. You might want to play around with the settings, but I tend to use auto, and I tend to use 12 or 24 frames. I try to use 12 if I can, because less frames, the smaller the file size, of course. We can then see that this particular clip, at least with 12 frames set, has a frame count of 54. It is about 4 seconds long, and it is 640 by 360. We then can just hit save, wait for it to extract and render the frames. Then if you have optimize on, it will then say optimizing up here. Once that's done, it'll ask you where you want to save it on your computer, such as your downloads folder, your images folder, your documents folder, whatever. Then you hit save, just like on any save dialog, and you're done. So here we are. I'm going to give it a name. Let's put test GIF here. Specify, I think I'm going to put it on the desktop, and let's hit create. There it is, it's done. Now from here we can share it on Facebook. We can rate the application, hit cancel, hit OK. Let's hit OK and see what happens. It's opened my desktop folder, and as you can see, it's here. There's a preview of it. I've hit space, there's a preview. And I've just noticed something strange. What's missing? Text. Text, even though I specified a duration and it's showing up in preview, I'm not seeing it in the final rendered GIF. I'm not sure why that's happened. But anyway, you've seen how to use it, you've seen what it does, and it has quite a lot of options. You have frames, your frame rate, your delay, normal sequence order, backwards, quality, optimize the quality, which is a very handy feature. I like that. You can adjust your saturation, your hue, exposure, contrast, brightness, add text, add stickers, manage your overlays, such as your stickers and text and their duration from here, and their transparency from here as well, using a slider. You can crop, resize, you can play back, which I like this feature. Not all GIF makers have this. You can play back just the clip segment you specified, just from the start to the end of that clip, and stop, which gives you a good idea what the GIF's got to look like before you even hit create up here. Where some programs don't have that, and I think it's so handy. Some you just sort of go to the start and hit play, and then it will keep playing over the endpoint until you hit pause. I like how this has the play, where it plays automatically from the start of your clip to the end of your GIF and stops. It's very handy. So do I recommend it? I definitely do. Or at very least, I would say go to the Mac App Store if you use Mac App Store and download the free basic version. It doesn't have text or stickers, so you can't try that out, but you can try out the rest of it. You can try importing videos and using the webcam. You can try adjusting the settings and creating one and seeing what it looks like. I think it's crop, unfortunately, it doesn't have. I don't think it has crop in the free version, but it does have the, do you want to optimize it as a 640 width GIF, and it's got most of the features, just sticker and text, but at least will allow you not to just go spending money. You can actually play around with the interface and see if it loads your videos okay, etc. So I recommend you give the free version a try first. A link will be in the description. I do like it, but I recommend you personally try out the free version for yourself first, so you know what you'll know then for yourself what it's like. So thanks for watching. Please like and share this video, and if you could do me a huge favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as it only takes a few seconds and will help me out a lot. Thanks.